Afternoon Brink fans. So today I'm going to pop these Hitachi Carbs off and I'm going to strip them down and just see what's needed, see if they're salvageable. A couple of comments I've had, Greasy Greg on Instagram had said that the Hitachis are nicer than the Mikunis in general, better quality. It does look like the Hitachis are harder to find parts for though, so I suppose it depends what there is. But then also, I've also found the Mike's first gen Virago page, I think it's called. Sorry Mike, forgotten the name of your page there. But he had an excellent document, and I'll pop a link to it actually in the description. And it's about stripping down the Hitachis. So you'll be seeing that throughout this video because I'm going to have that on my desk and we'll look at that. Here we go, let's have a switch around here. So you can see where I got to the other day. I put them on painfully, and you know, let me show you. Let me show you. That nut there. What a ridiculous place to have that. Honestly. I had to bend a spanner. So let me show you my little bent spanner for putting that on. Oh, there it is. So I got this in my vise, stuck that end in because it was fairly straight, and swung on it, and now you can get it on there and do one notch at a time of your little ring spanner there. So that's annoying. Ridiculous design. This side one, there's one there, is a little bit more accessible, but still terrible, which makes these, I think, as equally hard to remove and put on as the 535 ones. But the 535 ones, it's because of this stupid rubber air filter rubber and trying to get them down into that one. It's horrible. Whereas with these ones, you can't put the carbs in this position with these here. But if you put the rubbers on there, then it doesn't fit through the V to put them on. It's really horrible. So yeah, so I'm not going to film me taking them off because I'll swear and it won't be suitable for public viewing. But I'm going to pop them off now, and in about 9 hours they'll be on my desk and I can work on them. Okay, 9 days later I've found my camera setup, tripod and things that I'd lost because I haven't filmed for a while. I've pre-spilt some petrol there because that's now you want your desk extra flammable when you're working, you know. Let's just mop a bit more of that up. Shh, nothing to see here. So there. Right, Hitachi Carbs are off the bike, still leaking. Basically going to see what they need. Looking at the screws on this, some of them look like they've been chewed. They're leaking more petroleum. Let's get started. First job, I want to see what these float balls are like. So let's just stand it upside down. If it's going to leak out, then it's going to leak out. Let's have more petrol soaking. There we go. Right. So we've got a mixture of Allen key and crosshead, various types of Phillips type crosshead. So let's pop them out. Oh good, it's not tight. Let's see if we can crack them all before. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And is that that size? No. I think it's a 4mm. Where's my 4mm? Oh. Tripping over my buffet. Oh, I'm just going to say that feels like it's got some kind of gunk on it, or that might be blue thread lock, or it might be some kind of sealer, I'm not really sure. So it's looking like these have been attacked. Yeah, there's more blue on that. Yeah. So if you saw my other video, you'll have seen that it says on there they are brand new floats. Sorry, I'm a bit croaky. I'm just getting over a bit of lurgy I think I got from my wife. Right, let's see. Oh, it feels sticky. It feels like it's been glued on. So there's blue goo around there. Let's get that bolt in. But a little bit slimy in there, but ultimately a fairly clean ball. So what's the sticky from? Because sometimes when I put the gaskets in, I'll give them a very light coating of grease, you know, like from a grease gun. Very thin coating. Now with a bit of luck, something like that's happened. I'm hoping it's just not some kind of sealant to stop fuel leaks and things like that. Right, I want a little flat-headed screwdriver. Or a little pointy stick. There we go. Just ease it under there. Let's see if we can get this gasket out without any damage. So I've had a look online, and these gaskets are available, and I suspect this has been replaced. So it looks like it's glued here. Oh, look at all that funk there. Look. Nice. Yeah, so get all that out. Would that help it release? Has it been glued down at this end? Oh, it's releasing. Yeah, I suspect these gaskets aren't that old. What I think happened then is somebody had a go at these carbs and thought, oh, I need some new floats, and put them back together without the floats, which is why I've got two brand new floats, which do match this, so that's good. But then now I've opened it, those floats look quite nice. But I also think when it was leaking on the bike, I think it was leaking from this float. I think this one kept overfilling and it was pouring out the inlet actually. So it was, yeah. Okay, so let's pop the other one off and see if it looks as neat as this one. Let's get another sheet of paper down there. I'm just going to put that gasket on there. It's quite sticky as that. I might be able to clean it up. Yeah, also it doesn't look as old as the bike is, let's put it that way. Also, just, you know, that's my ADHD brain flips back and forth. Mike's first gen Virago page had a link to this document, which is for stripping these carbs, and he's very handily drawn coloured lines where the passages run. So that's nice. Look at that. So I'm going to refer to this as I go through and check things are all clear, check all the passages are clear. So thank you, Mike's first gen Virago. Go check out his page. Oh, please don't any of these strip or seize. That's what we don't want. these screws are shoddy. I might get a new set and put them in here, because you're just tempting fate using shoddy screw. This one looks really bad. Oh, it's turning. Oh, thank God for that. Yeah. I don't know how well camera shows that, but you know, they've definitely been chewed. We are there. Come on, get out. There we go. Right. There's a little bit of blue gunk on these ones as well, but not quite as much. So let's see. Oh, it feels sticky like the other one did. Yeah, so the gasket's sticking to the float ball on this side. So let's just try and encourage it away with it. Okay, so yeah, the gasket's stuck to that. Come away. That might do, might do. All I tend to do with these gaskets is find a nice edge where it's away and then just tickle it, because you can see it's actually split there. It's off. So yeah, it's got the blue, whatever that is. It hasn't dried, isn't that blue, so I presume it's some kind of gunky sealant. I don't know, it's not something I use. I've still got fuel pouring out the overflow on these. We're just that's a bit more than I thought it'd be. I tipped it on my floor. This wooden floor will never rot, but it might burn well one day. So the bit that I think was leaking, well, I don't think this was seating properly. I mean, it does look like it's hitting there. I wonder if it was snagging on something. I don't know. Let's pop it out and have a little look. Before I do that, I'm going to do my usual little trick. I'm going to blow down the fuel inlet and move the float and see if it stops me being able to blow. Yeah, that seems alright. It's definitely that side, wasn't it? Opposite throttle, yeah. Let's just try this one anyway. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know why that was doing that. Okay. So let's push these. Does it push through this one? Let's have a look. No, I don't wanna. Now let's just have a look on the new one I've got. It's got the pin in with it. I'm just wondering, is it round all the way down, or is it got some kind of, it actually looks slightly bent, does it? Does that look bent on camera? Oh, maybe not. Does it roll? Fairly straight. Maybe I'm not pushing hard enough, but before I pushed hard I wanted to just know whether it'd push out or not. Put that back in there. Bit of coffee. actually empty that. Does that one move? No, certainly not by finger. No. So should they be tapped out? They don't look terrible to me. I wonder if it... Oh, I don't know, they look like they'd work. Anyway. If I tap that gently with a little punch, do we think it'll push through? Because it's stuck out that side already. I think that one's stuck out that side already. I think just with a little gentle persuasion, shall we say. Doesn't look to be moving. It does now. Yeah, it's moving now. There we go. There we go, it's moving now. Come on, wiggle, wiggle. Looking at that as well. Yeah, it's spring loaded. So I'll try and show you on camera that way. And the bit in there is spring loaded, and that's free. You can kind of you can see that anyway when you press in there. You can see it springing. So same again this side. Get this thing central because it's a little bit big for a job, to be honest. But you've got to work with what you've got. I don't want to come out. Let's damage it with some pliers. There we go. There, do we? There. There. Everything so far doesn't point towards a fuel leak that we had. Okay. So let's put the float balls over there out of the way, because they're going to get a good clean. And then those 8 screws that came out, and that blue gunk stuck to me. let's take a plastic box. Look at these are handy. I got these off a friend of mine, he was checking them out. Cheers Tony, Wizardy Biker if you look on Instagram. And handy for just storing stuff as you tear them down and keeping things in order. So that's them out of the way. Now the butterfly on this is lovely and smooth, so I don't want to touch that. It's a strong spring, I've noticed that, but also the throttle and handle on the bike doesn't have a spring, so all the spring is done by the carb spring. So let's have a look at Mike's documentation and compare it with what I've got here, because these don't look exactly the same. Can we get that on camera? See what I need to do. Get rid of that puddle. Let's have a fresh bit of blue roll. Fair getting through this blue roll. I bought it pre-COVID. That's how old it is. Should have sold it during COVID, shouldn't I? It'd have been about 50 quid a roll. Right, so looking at Mike's diagram, he's saying this passage comes to here, but that's got a cover on mine. Is that one of them California regulation things where you're not allowed to adjust the mixture? And then the other side, same thing. So we'll blow a bit of air down there. Not really knowing what will happen. It does look threaded actually. So I don't know, can we see on camera? That hole there, it says here yellow is enricher stroke choke. So is that the air screw under there, which is covered, because this is an American import bike. Is it one of them where it's covered so that it can't be adjusted for emissions rules and rigs? Instead of it running right, you want it to run efficient, which is just nonsense, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little picture of that and see what he thinks. Because he did seem quite knowledgeable on the Hitachis, did Mike, and I'm not too proud to ask. So that one is the blue. So let's pop the tops off then and see what the sliders are like. I think these sliders are in good condition, because when you look at that, which is good because the rubbers are actually quite expensive. So what have we got here? We've got, what's that screw? Well, it is, it's just a different head. Come on, don't be stuck. Don't be stuck, be nice to me. So that's the throttle cable holder. You know, when you're undoing old screws and the sort of reaches a point where you think this is going to come undone or break, and then you get that crack undone. usually, but not always. That's alright. These three at once really, because they're fastening to a bracket that kind of holds the two carbs together, because they sit at a certain angle in the V, they're not exactly straight. Whereas on your 535 carbs they sit facing down and they're exactly level with each other, in line with each other. On the 700 to 1100 size, they're all the same angle. This lid's trying to push off. Come on. Gently does it. Right, let's have those screws there, and then that bracket, and it's pushing the spring. There we go. So inside there looks quite nice and clean. Just gonna wipe my hands. Now I've been told the best thing for cleaning these, if they need cleaning, is soapy water. So hopefully these don't need a clean. If we can just get that little lug out of there and just free it up. That's a skanky looking surface, is that? That wants a clean up. So if I push from underneath, that looks fairly nice, to be honest. Yeah, so I'll just gently place them on a clean surface. I can see daylight down that hole, which was the blue one on my diagram. Right, we'll just pop this other side off. Good, we like a crack. Oh, good, 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 good. Yes. Sorry, I'm maybe breathing more than normal. Asthmatic, full of cold. Feeling a bit crap, to be honest, but I'm not going to sit around and twiddle my thumbs because of it. I wouldn't mind riding this bike before month's out. And what we're on now, 25th today, and it needs an MOT. If we can get these carbs on and run it down, it'll probably pass, to be honest. It looks decent enough. Gently spring it off. Again, scabby surface under there, scabby there as well. They want running over, a bit of wet and dry cleaning up. Push from underneath. We're alright, it's coming away. Nice and smooth them, they're good because they're one of the more expensive parts to replace. I don't know if they're original Yamaha ones, but they're what we've got. So again, I can see daylight down this one. Let me get right angle up there, look, ta-da! And then that one, daylight down there, so that's good. So yeah, I'm going to blow some air through anyway, because you never know. Hey! The airline jumped off its quick release. Quick released itself. So as I was saying, just because you can see down a passage doesn't mean it's spotless in there, does it? And then the other one I was just going to do is the one your fuel pipe goes on to your float valve. Other than a bit of mist coming out of there, I didn't see anything too nasty. I'm surprised my compressor didn't turn on there. Is it plugged in? It is. all the best audio involves compressors. And it's going to get better in winter when my diesel heater turns on. So going through Mike's documents there then, so I've blown from that one down there, I've blown that fuel line. The yellow one on the float ball. Are we on camera? I'm on camera. So that comes out down there, let's see. So this one is on about here, comes out here. So yeah, again, I'll just, oh yeah, you can see that. Can I seal it a bit better with my thumb? Some gunk coming out of there though. Look at that. There we on camera, come on. There, that sludgy cack came out of there, so that probably wasn't helping things. I'll give them a good clean, but they'll also end up going in an ultrasonic as well when I've got the worst of it off. So let's try that again. I'm not sure anything's going through there. Oh, it is. I'm blowing it with my mouth. It's only a tiny bit. So, not what I expect. So recently, I bought these cleaning carbs. I haven't used them yet. Let's see what we can do with this. Come on. Yeah, look at all them. So, oh, they're not fastened. Some of them are fastened together. I thought they were all fastened together then. I don't want to go in there. I go in that side. I've got a feeling that does 180-degree turn in bottom of there. So could we get something that'll run around the turn like that? I don't know. Blast. Well, something just hit me in the throat. I don't know. How free does that one feel by comparison? Oh, that one feels worse. So that one's still got smeg in it. Oh yeah, I can feel like a soft gunky smeg in there still. So what are these? This passage down the side of the ball has a tiny metering jet in the very bottom. I use a sharpened wire brush strand to reach it and clear it. You must be able to get bubbles at the bottom passage to ensure the jet is clear. Yes, bubbles at the bottom passage. So I'm thinking something smaller. I'm also thinking this blue gunk that was on everything is probably what's in these holes, because it just gets everywhere. It's certainly got in my left eye right now. So a brush strand. So where is my wire brush that I can pluck a strand from? Oh, shut up, stupid chair. Right. So I've got this brush. I'm going to pluck a single strand from it, from back here. That one. Oh, there we go. So I've got that from my wire brush. And I'm going to see if that'll go in, because I think that is narrower than any of those little cleaning rods that I bought. Could it be straighter? Can I straighten it? Is it going to spring back? Down this side, bigger hole, I can't really tell where I'm going. It just feels to stop. I mean, there must be a little pinhole down there somewhere. And then with this hole, you can tell that you're in the bottom bit. But if there's a jet in there, in about an inch there, so let's try and blow it again, see what happens. Can't see anything coming out, but then if it comes out at 0.5 mil wide, blowing on it with my mouth like this. Can you see on camera? and there is a fairly constant airflow. Yeah, it feels similar to that, so I think that's clean now, and it'll get cleaner in the ultrasonic cleaner. So for now, let's put them on one side and see what Mike's diagram says next. So we've got on the other side now this looks a different layout to what he's got there. Similar but different. So you've got your fuel in there, your main jet, yes. Green's the pilot. So the other thing I'm going to check, pilot. They both work. Main. Yeah, they both work. Little yellow one is for the choke. Now the choke on this has been butchered a little bit. It didn't have a cable on it, so it was just reach down. If you can imagine, you sat on a bike. The carbs are this way, you have to reach down with your left hand and pull it. And it did it, but you've got to hold it there and it didn't stay. Not ideal. This bar I could do with straightening, really. But I'll leave it as it is for now. So yeah, the choke one. So I'm going to blow down the choke one, he says with confidence. Can I get my mouth around that one? Yeah, adjust. Yeah, that's okay. Now green on his diagram there's the pilot, yes. And why has that got all that slime around it there? What's all that blue gunk around there for? Because there's some around this as well. Is it just from the gasket that sat around it and there was more gunk there? Or is there a reason for that? I don't know. But like he's saying here, this is the pilot that comes down. Can we see it? We can see it. I'm going to put my airline on them. I mean, I can tell they're clear to a degree because I can blow down them. But definitely clear. So where's that blowing back up? I can feel it. Yeah, you can feel it coming out just there. I'll show you in a second. So yeah, the pilots are working. What's he got there? Now, he's also got on his diagram a screw. Now, I wonder again, is this covered because of the California thing? But you can see it on both actually, on that one and that one. There's a screw in that one. I wonder, is that one of those caps that you need to drill and take out to adjust if you want to adjust it? So I'm not going to touch them for now because it was running and my problem was the leak. What I am going to check is the emulsion tubes on the mains, because there's a lot of holes on your emulsion tubes. Because as Mike says on his document there, the emulsion tubes cause the fuel to evaporate because liquid doesn't burn and vapour does. So if I can slide that out, can you see I've undone it from there and now it's sliding out there. My fat fingers are too big to get in there. Dirty actually, they could do with an ultrasonic. Yeah. Although looking at that, I think all those holes are clear, but you know, look. You know, all that around the bottom of it there is not helping anything, is it? Well, one of them specks will block your emulsion tube. So let's pop the other one out. Now before I lose parts, I'm going to put them in this box that I mentioned before. Because these all want a good clean. You know, that's inside your carb, and all those bits of cack on there, at some point they're going to come loose. So put them in that tray, put the emulsion tube with them, push that down. It's not moving, but a little. Remember they're brass, so be careful with them. Come on, come out like the other one did, please. I'm going to push down the middle. No, that's narrower than the entire thing. It just comes out the end, but there's nothing for me to snag on there and just push. Oh, come on, something. Gently. Nope, not moving. Got something with the same thread. There. Give it a little. Oh, there we go. Drop that out. So again, if I hold that one up to the light and look through, yeah, the actual holes are alright. So what I'm looking for there is those holes there. And if you get them at the right angle on daylight, they match up with the other 3 at the other side, and you can see daylight, and there's 4 on that side. I can't tell on camera if you can see through them, but I can see through all holes, but still all this funk falling off the end, so they're going to get a clean. That hole wants cleaning, the state of it in there. Look at that. Where are we on camera? Rubbish. There. So there's quite a bit of cack in there. Oh, that's going to want cleaning out. There's probably a day's work cleaning these properly. Because there's also on the sliders, they've got the same cack all around. Most of that's probably from ethanol. Ethanol that the government has pushed on us. So we got an ethanol stabiliser in there. So what else is on Mike's diagram? Let's have a look. So look at that one. I did, didn't I? That was clear. I said that was clear. Let me just run a wee jobby down there. Will that fit? No, won't fit there. Oh, a little bit. Could do with a smaller jobby. That one looks to have some cack in it. So ideally I don't want to push that cack in. Now I think from Mike's diagram that will blow out that other hole. Not sure. It goes down to there. Did that go down there then? Did I miss that one? I did the last one. Ah, yeah. Okay. And then that one. That one's clear. Okay. Happy with that. What else has Mike got? Oh, we're only on page 5. What we're looking at here, Mike, from that side, he's looking at, the choke. Yeah. So to check that, I need to remove the choke mechanism. I'm pretty sure this choke mechanism was working because I could hear it. But there's no point doing half a job, is there? So there's a little E-clip there that you pop off, pull this pin out. So let's have that little E-clip off. Pin nose pliers. Pin nose. Pointy. Oh, we'll use them curved ones. I bet they're good for getting in. He says. fingers over it so when it goes flying, at least I feel it go. Well, that is a pig to get to. There, gotcha. So that's what's holding the choke on. So again, in my little tray, pull the pin in my tray, choke, get that out from under there. There we go. Twist that off there. Does that want to come off? Don't want to, does it? Let's just take them both off now and then leave that together. So my other E-clip is this side. I don't want to come out of there. That has nothing to get hold of. Yeah, there we go. In my tray. Push out the rod. Come on, rod. Get pushed. There we go. And then that choke assembly will come off. So those, what we reckon those are, about 16. I'll be back. That's a 16. No. 17. It's a 17. So we'll have a fairly tall 17 to make sure we clear the choke lever. Both of these out. Oh, there we go. Top's come off. Get in there. So, should I be able to see daylight down there? I'm going to stick a doobery in. Just have a little. Oh yeah, I can see that in the bottom of there. So that's where I've just unscrewed the choke pull from, and it's not a choke actually, it's fuel enrichener. So it squirts more fuel in rather than cutting the air off, and it squirts it here. And when I stick that in there, I can see down the end that it's going. I don't think there's anything wrong with the fuel enrichener, but worth checking. Whilst it's all apart, it certainly wants a clean. Yeah, it won't do any harm to be cleaner than it is. Right, again, put them in my little box. So we're happy with that. What else has Mike's page got on it? A whole side diagram from the opposite side to how I can view. So he's looking from the inside of these. I was in two minds whether to take these off this this bracket. I mean, they're virtually off anyway, aren't they? You can see there they're separating there because the top bit that holds them together is no longer on, because they're so dirty down there. I'm going to do it because I want to clean them. And it looks to me like it's all hanging on. I'm not going to remove the butterfly. Now that's not going to unspring, is it? No, because we've got stoppers and we've got adjustments. Yeah, so I'm going to, they've been off before because those are chewed. I'm going to take them off just so I can clean them properly. Somebody did mention about not taking them off the bracket, but I've done it before. So what's happening there then? Let's have a look. So the linkage is still fastened. Can that be undone? Or is it pressed? I'm specifically looking at this linkage here. Looks like it's pressed actually. So what I might do is just turn them around so that I can access them and clean them, and then just turn it back together. But you see, that's what I wanted access to. They're filthy down that side. I'll just remove this big ugly bracket while we're doing it. Oh, there we go. Linkage doesn't look like it comes undone on either side. Oh, hang on, there we go. We've got an E-clip holding it all together there. Now, I haven't undone it yet, but I also can't see in my mind's eye how it goes back together. So that's the throttle that way. That doesn't fit over that. That doesn't fit over that. So does that come round? Is that how I'm missing it? Because that needs to be that way. Come under. Is that it? Is that where I've done it? That's it. There we go. So yeah, it goes back together like that. Right, so if I only undo this one E-clip, I've gone clockwise there to remove that carb. So if I undo the 1E, there. God, it's mucky. Right, let's try and remove this without it pinging across my workshop. Quite a bigger one, and then that. So what do we have on there? We've got the small washer behind the E-clip, then that big washer behind that. Is it actually a bearing or just a spacer? I'm not sure. But it's there we go. I think it's just a spacer. And then another big washer. So we'll clean all that up. Tell you what I am going to do there though, is take a photo of the order that they came off in. So it was that one, that one, that one, then that one, and then the clip. Like that. I can't see my phone. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm not going to touch my phone with those. It's always a good idea when you've taken something apart that's got a certain order. I mean, it's a fairly obvious order looking at it, but ask me again tomorrow. Or in 5 days when my parts have arrived and I've had time to do it after 3 night shifts. So it's that. Ta-da! Beautiful. And now I've done that, I've got access to both mucky sides. In fact, this one's a bit cleaner than that one, but both mucky sides of these carbs. And also now I can see on his diagram how things look. So I'm just looking now, the blue one, the red one, the green one. Does the green one come out? Down there. It's clear, it's fine. So what's left on his diagram? There's 2 pages left before I get washing. So he's got the vacuum side view. So he's removed. I see. Yeah, he's removed. I'm not even sure what we'd call it. This. I think that is the mixture adjustment, and I think that's a little tin lid that would pull out of there. Oh, they did that on the 535 ones in California. So looking at that, yeah, it's just repeating itself a little bit. So yeah, I'll have to ask about that. I'm going to ask him online what he thinks to that, and we might just end up drilling a little hole in there and then get a little pick under it and pull that lid out, and then we can adjust our our own richness without being governed by California, because you like them running right. So at this stage, I'd say I don't need any spare parts, but I'm not going to chance these. I'm going to order a new gasket set. I could probably clean them up, but for what they cost, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to put new floats in because they've been bought and I might as well. And everything else is just cleaning, scrubbing, kind of snot in the bottom of there, all that glue, whatever it is, glue. Look at that. There's loads of that to clear out. Yeah, horrible shit. So yeah, it's time and patience more than anything else. And before I notice that I've lost some washers from that little linkage, put them in my box. Put them there. I might put some new bolts in as well. Yeah, I need to go buy some actually. I've got everything I've got is a little bit too long. So that. But yeah, I think ultimately those carbs actually look okay. You know, I don't think there'll be a problem putting them back together, so I'm going to do that. I've just noticed that's an hour and 10 of recording. I'm not going to edit this and cut it down. If you want to watch how to strip one down, it's all there for you, isn't it? Warts and all. Thanks to Mike's first gen Virago page, something to that. I'll put a link in the comments on this, and thanks to Greasy Greg. I'll check out the shops that you're on about for the Hitachi parts, although I think, like I said, I think it's just going to be gaskets. I possibly could get some gasket maker and just do my own, but I don't think it's worth the time, is it? If I order them now, by the time I've cleaned everything and got on with my life and stuff, it'll probably be here. So that's it for today's video. There we go, just an hour. Just still here. Why? Don't know. Like, subscribe. You know, if you've stripped down a pair of these carbs and this has helped you, give us a nudge, give us a follow. I'll do another video putting them back together, and we'll see how that goes. Warts and all with that one, I think. Bye.